Hey everyone, welcome back to more Warhammer Quest. I'm DisturbingPuppet, and we are going to be going to a new town today, picking up a quest, and probably doing it depending on the level. So I've came back and I did some side quests to sort of reveal, so I can now go to Bogenhafen. I haven't gone there yet, and we can go to Ubersreich as well. So we're in Reichland. We've done 6 of the 9 quests, so I'm assuming that would be 7 and 8. Nuln seems to be tied to some kind of quest, like it was referenced by the quest line we were doing in Altdorf. Maybe we go back to Altdorf at some point. Maybe we have to be higher level, and then we can go to Nuln. Mainly this is kind of a Skaven area, it seems like. So we have been to Dunkelberg, so that's just the last 2. We'll check Ubersreich off today. And at some point I'm going to have to go back and do some more side quests and see if there's something out here that I can do in Stirland, because we've done 7 of 9, and maybe some others will pop up. Maybe we go back to the main seat and there'll be additional quests. I'm not sure. That's something I'll have to check out in my own time, and we'll see if there is a quest. I'll try to get that recorded. So today we're going to travel to Ubersreich. I have leveled some guys up, but at this point, I need 5,000 gold to level people, which is just absolutely bonkers. So we've got some of us leveled to 6. Some of us are sitting at max just waiting for the cash to level, because it does take like 5,000. And even those of us that have leveled to 6 have already gotten a bunch of XP. So that was what, 1 waiting, that's 2 waiting, 3, 4... So 4 waiting. I haven't actually used Felix that much because this area doesn't have a whole lot of undead. They are often popping up in missions anyway. Like I'm fighting Skaven and suddenly the undead are there. And from Warhammer lore, you'd think like the last people who'd be hanging out together would be the Skaven and the undead. But yeah, sure, whatever. Anyway, mainly saving him for just anti-undead fighting, which we had a lot of in Stirland. But we'll go back to that at some point. All right, let's see if we can get over to Ubersreich. We'll see what we have. I'm assuming we'll be high enough level for it. It's possible we won't. We'll kind of check it out. If not, I'll travel up to Bogenhafen and see. Ubersreich. These look like ogres or something on there. The first time I go into a town, I'll usually let this play out, although they're all pretty similar. Sometimes there's weird stuff on them, you know, giant spiders, that kind of thing. The Warpstone Mines. The adventurers arrive in the walled settlement Ubersreich with no great fanfare or sense of dread. They're let through the gate by a disinterested guard and quickly find lodgings without being approached, attacked, or spat on. It's all a bit disconcerting. After a quick look around the village and still not finding anything but ambivalence, the warriors are forced to go to the Burgermeister to see if their services and skills could be of use. It takes ages for the Burgermeister to see the party. Clear the man is enjoying exerting his petty provincial power over the warrior band, who he no doubt sees as scoundrels and chancers. When he does deign to meet with the adventurers, he is full of self-important bluster and archly to the point. "There's nothing for you here," he states. "We've heard tales of your little group. It seems to me you bring nothing but trouble in your wake. Please feel free to visit the businesses of Ubersreich and then be on your way." He abruptly ends the meeting, but before he leaves the warrior's presence, he turns back briefly. "There is one place you could try your luck. There's an old mine to the west of here, close to the Grey Mountains. Local legend says it's full of treasure for those willing to seek it. Another story, a more recent one, says there's greenskins, giant spiders, and rats who walk like men live there now," he says with a malicious smile on his face. "Why not visit there? You have my permission to keep any valuables you find," says the Burgermeister with one last flourish of his hand. The Warpstone Mines. We'll have to see what level that is, see what other side stuff we have. As far as the markets go, I don't really want to spend much. I'm trying to build up my cash so we can actually level people. Yeah, nothing I really want to buy at this point. Let's see what we've got. So the quest is only level 3. Crazy. Alright, yeah, we'll definitely knock that out. Out of curiosity. So the side quests do match whatever level you are. But then the main quests are sort of whatever. The Crimson Cloak. +1 melee attack, -1 ranged attack, +4 max wounds. So if you want to gear more towards close combat fighting, I kind of do a mix with the Shadow Warrior. I don't know what kind of cloak I have. What kind of cloak do I have on my Shadow Warrior? +1 toughness and regeneration. That's fine for now, honestly. Let's just get this quest out of the way. Let's go check out the mines. Shouldn't be a ton of XP as well, so we can kind of knock it out without it causing too much trouble. Who do we want to take? Who needs XP? Nobody really needs XP. We need money. That's what we need. I mean, technically my Witch Hunter needs XP, but I don't know that I really want to take him. I kind of want to save him for undead stuff. And he's not costing me any money at this point because I'm not leveling him up. I did take out this group last time, which worked pretty well. But you've got more XP now than my Grey Wizard, so we could do that instead for some healing. And you're still lower than the Marauder and the Troll Slayer, so I think that's fine. So this particular group, let's go with that. Just get as little XP as possible. As much cash and as little XP. Although the Burgermeister of Ubersreich was mocking the warriors when he told them of the abandoned mine. With no stronger leads, the warriors reasoned that all legends start with a grain of truth, especially in the old world, and so they gained directions from an old soak for a copper jot, and soon find their way to the mine. I have old soak. I don't know. Okay, and a jot. I don't know. English, weird, like American English. I don't know. It's probably, it must be like old English, I would assume. The place is an old dwarf works, but where the dwarven runes of welcome have been inscribed over the mine entrance, there's now a dwarf skull hung beside a crudely etched triangle. The mines are no longer abandoned. Okay, I don't necessarily want you in the front there, buddy. And our ogre is out of position, so we'll wait to move in. Let's take a look at our gear and stuff. I don't think much has changed since last time. So I do have increased chance to hit. I've got a bit of regeneration on our ogre, and I've got increased strength. Got a couple potions I've been hauling around without really using, so a little bit of healing, more healing, and increased melee attacks. I think I've got... Yeah, I've got the increased melee attacks, I just don't have a spot here. For our Grey Wizard... We've got the regeneration. Is there anything I want to throw in there? I don't know. I mean, I could, but I don't really think there's much point. We've got some healing. We've got a Greater Scroll of Fire I've kind of been lugging around. Nothing too crazy. Mainly we use archery here. So she's got some extra toughness, a few healing, increased health max because she definitely needs it. Decreased chance to get hit, decreased chance to get hit, increased ranged attacks. All that kind of good stuff. I suppose I could give you something else, but you already have multiple healing items, so I don't really feel like it's worth it. Increased chance to hit, a little bit of regeneration, lots of toughness, and literally the Hammer of Sigmar. So I think we're in pretty good shape. Let's wait before we jump out into the next area, because it's probably going to be full of Skaven. Although, honestly, if it's only level 3, it's probably not that bad. But I don't want to get split up too much. The last side mission I did just had massive hordes of Skaven. It was kind of ridiculous. Yeah, let's hold off. Like, I think there was one big room I think had, like, literally there were no empty spots on in the entire room. Like, every tile was full of Skaven when I went into it. We've got a split. Let's go straight down. Never really know which is the right way until you end up doing it. So even if you like try to clear everything, sometimes you just don't. You just finish the mission. And we get ambushed. Clan rats and some giant rats, nothing too major. Well, you guys, because you're fairly low level, yeah, we can just kind of slaughter these guys, see if we can actually land hits. Just like that. Not worth a lot of cash, though, unfortunately. A little bit of overkill. Take a swing, because why not? Actually get a death blow off. Pretty rare she kills somebody in close combat. +1 strength ring. Actually, that's not a bad find. I don't know if you have a spot that might be good for you. Like, I conceivably have a spot if I want to. We've got regeneration. I have to kind of think about, do I want to give this to somebody now, or is there someone else I would rather give it to? I think possibly my warrior priest could use it, but he might already have one. I don't know for sure. Yeah, I'm going to take the crummy bandage out. And I'm going to give you the +1 strength, at least for now. So that gets you up to 7 strength. Very respectable. Our ogre, 11. We are stuck. That's fine. Nobody got hurt. No ambush. Let's not reveal it. It takes too much movement to get there. But at this time, like, a level 3, we should be able to handle pretty much anything we come across at this point. Should be totally fine. And honestly, my Ironbreaker here is just doing insane damage with the Hammer of Sigmar. I mean, it's kind of a obvious Skaven sign there. A giant Skaven bath mat lying in the middle of the hallway. Ambush. It's going to take us a while to get through the room, though. I don't really want to pop the room neck yet. Let's hold up for a second. Alright, now we can go. We've got movement to get into the room, and there's nobody. It does continue, though. Just making sure we can actually move the same distance here. Yeah, let's just go for it. Got something. 3 storm vermin, 4 clan rats, 1 claw leader. It is a dead end, so it is not the end of the map. I can't really get anywhere else. That's fine. You are probably just going to slaughter this guy. That's fine. Kind of surprised it took more than 1 hit. Unfortunately, I cannot reach them, but you can move on in their general direction. They're weak enough. We could do like a Shadow Bolt into the group. Killed a couple. I didn't really necessarily want to kill them, but, you know, if we do, it's not a big deal. Gonna move you in. We'll just take some pot shots. Storm vermin. Just gonna miss all of them now, huh? Yeah, we got it. Alright. So that's acceptable. I'm not gonna dip into my reserves or anything. We're just gonna hold up here. Should be no problem. Even if they land a few hits, just regenerate out of it. We're immune to poison, so that's why we're not really being affected there by whatever that was. Storm vermin, sure. Crunch. Okay, so we've got the claw leader and a storm vermin. Let's try to crush the storm vermin first. Death blow means we get a second hit. Good damage. We'll just pepper you with arrows till you die, hopefully. Or we'll miss all of them. Yeah. Well, you landed 1. I mean, that is something. Do I want to move in and stab him? I guess we can move in and stab him. Okay, I can say he's the most dodgy Skaven of all time, but we eventually got him. Okay, so this was a bit of a bust. We'll have to backtrack. Not a huge deal. A little bit of damage. We can do some regeneration. Do some healing. Let's do a little healing mist on you, I guess. Yeah. Then we'll do a couple small heals so I don't dip into reserve. We'll just do a little bit to help the regening rings. Get everybody topped up. Okay, we're going to head back the other way. I'm going to have you hang out in the corner. I'm feeling we're probably going to get ambushed here on the way back. I can teleport as well with my Grey Wizard. I'm trying to get some additional distance, but don't think we really need it. And we don't want someone isolated either if we do get ambushed. Because when we get ambushed, we've got no magic, which is no good. Okay, almost back to the intersection. But ambushed by rats and bats. Quite a lot of them, actually. Well, let's try a big ol' swing to clear the way. Okay, front is clear. Let's just stab away. We've got a special dagger. Gives me an increased attack. Don't have magic. I don't know if I really want to use it. Let's just try to shoot him down with the bow. Gonna miss all our shots now, aren't we? Let's see if we get lucky. One more shot, one more bat. Hey, look at that. I mean, extra power is always good. I do not have room, but I could make room if we get rid of the healing. And I don't necessarily need it with him because he can heal usually, so iffy one way or the other if I really need it. Let's give you that. Although I kind of like giving these to my Bright Wizard because he can just do so much damage and destruction. And he always seems to run out of energy at some point. Okay, make our way up. Take a look at the whole situation. So far, not a problem. Could go ahead and push it. I think I will. We can't really move into the room much. Let's just see what we've got. 6 giant spiders, 3 giant bats, and 3 giant rats. That is, you know, a decent amount of critters. Big swing. I mean, we can hit a rat. Got magic, we'll do an area effect hit here. If they're all pretty weak, we might kill a few. Yeah. Well, all but one. Let's see if we can take them out. We've got 2 shots each. Alright, nice. Cleared. +1 toughness on our armor for Marauder. I've got something better than that. I think that's just a green. Was that a green item? I think that was a green item. Yeah, looks like it's green. I think the armor I have on him is blue rarity. Well, there's only one way to go, so let's continue. Can't make it to the next room. Everybody's totally fine. I feel like it's really weird how the leveling in this game works with the layout. Like, you have to go through a level 5 missions to get to level 2 and 3 missions. It seems really strange. So this is why we have kind of these weird offsets where we have sometimes just missions that are super easy. So, clan rats. Crunch. Crunch again. Yeah, go for a swing. You're probably not going to hit it, but you never know. I could do a swing and hit both, but if I get a death blow, we might get both anyway. But they're both, yeah, they're both weak enough that a swing, mighty swing, should be fine. What I found is running into, with tougher enemies, the mighty swing he does just doesn't do enough damage, so I have to soften enemies up if I want him to get kills. If I use him to just do that every time and hit 3 targets, he's just hurting them, and then other people getting the kills, and you only get XP for kills in this game. So that does kind of put a downer on it a little bit. Now, I should have done this differently, actually, because I already did the close combat attack here. I should have had him shoot that last Skaven to kill it, then you could come down, stab this guy, because now I don't have anything I can use to kill him, because we can't shoot into close combat. I could throw a spell your way, but yeah, whatever. So we'll just take a attack, and of course it lands. He's enraged and wildly inaccurate. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just prep to get through. So I attacked... Hey, a Masterwork Elven Sword. Look at that. I already have one on you, but I definitely could give that to somebody else. Interesting. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, sometimes you just find really good items occasionally. So... my Grey Wizard can't move, but my Grey Wizard can see into the next room if we need magic assistance from the position, but yeah, it's fine. It's just a hallway. Not a big deal. I can still teleport if I want to as well, so I do have some options, and I think I will. Just stay with the group. Do we want to get into the next room? I mean, we can. But you won't be able to do much. Yeah, let's just rush it. 8 gutter runners, 2 bombardiers. So the bombardiers, are they the basic ones? No, they're the upgraded ones. So I do want to kill them. They're kind of a priority. The basic gutter runners, not too bad. They do have a couple attacks each, though, but we don't really want to get hit by poison crap. That's... for sure. Let's just try for a single hit. Okay, we get the death blow, which you missed. So I can get into the next layer. See if we can just wipe them all with the death blow. Nope, get a miss. Let's try again. Yep, his curse strikes again. He misses a lot. I want to make sure we take out that other Globadier. Okay, so now everything's fine. Like, whatever we do doesn't really matter too much. We can throw some spell area effect damage, and at this point you can kill a bunch of stuff with this, but Shadow Bolt, honestly, is not very effective once we're into the later game. Like, tougher enemies just doesn't do anything to them. Like a tiny, like 5 or 6 damage to somebody with 60 health is not a big deal. And that's kind of the situation I find myself running into with a lot of the current level quests that I'm doing and side missions. How did you get hurt? Must be one of the bats, one in an ambush or something. Let's just pick off some targets. Okay, a couple more down. Let's do a little heal on our elf. And you can herb lore yourself, but you might hurt yourself. Yeah, it just failed. Okay. Going right in on our elf. Double miss. Let's go for some wild stabs. We'll move on in and then crush this guy. Some Skaven jelly. Another one. We'll just hold on to that. I don't really have room for it. Nice, like, actually useful items to pick up, though. And then I will teleport forward a little bit. Do I want to heal? I guess we could. Heal our elf a little bit. Okay, I think she's good to go. The room is home to an horrendous stench. Such is the fetid smell that some warriors can only involuntarily gag rather than remain in a battle-ready posture. That sounds pretty awful. We held our breath, and then apparently nothing happened. Okay. Well, let's get out of here then. I keep trying to use my scroll wheel and stuff to move, but I've got to actually click and drag everything in this game. Let's hold up. Because if we go one more, we're going to reveal the next room, but I won't have any movement. I won't be able to do anything, really. So let's at least have the ability to enter the room slightly before we get to the end. 1 claw leader, 4 clan rats, not a big deal. This is the end, it looks like. For being an old mine, we haven't found a whole lot. We did get some useful items, though. I'm going to come out here, we'll do a swing. Claw leaders actually have a little bit more health, poisonous blades, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, just run on by him. Excuse me, pardon me. And then crunch. Or whiff. What are you? Just a clan rat? Yeah. Just clan rats. I keep expecting more tougher enemies because I'm doing a lot more with the side missions to do it lately. Just tons and tons of higher level Skaven. So it seems kind of weird to like come in and like, oh, that's it? Like, we wiped them out already? I mean, I guess I'll Shadow Bolt one of you. Can't hit both, but we can kill one of you. Not feeling so brave now, are you, Mr. Skaven Pants? A brave attempt. Oh, he might have some skill. Or I'm just a bad dwarf. Can't reach around. Let's try to just fill you with arrows. Well, it was lucky only held out so long. There is an ominous creak, and then one of the Skaven corpses falls through the rotten plank floor. The last confrontation is simply too much for the ramshackle floor to bear. The chamber is collapsing, sending all the incumbents into the abyss below. That's what I felt like seeing these, like I often see like these wooden plank platforms, and to me it always looked like I'm over some kind of gap with like fog or mist or something down below it. I guess that actually is what it is. Crushed Ribcage for, I think that's my Grey Wizard, for 2 dungeons. That's a bit rough. Ungrim is my Ironbreaker, so also has a Crushed Ribcage for 2 dungeons. Rough. Very rough on them. So don't use my Grey Wizard or my Ironbreaker for a couple dungeons. Yeah, too much XP for him. Yeah, these two, both. I'm assuming we've been ready for training here. I'm assuming the extra XP will just roll over when we level up. So we'll actually still get it. I don't think we lose it, but I'm not 100% sure if we lose it or not. If we do, it's not that big a deal. Like 1900, I'm getting like a lot for some of the side quests with the higher level enemies. Warpstone mines are done. So that's one more. So let's head back to Ubersreich. Maybe we can sell enough stuff to level somebody up, if I'm lucky. Go to the markets. Apparently we have no junk to sell. Yeah, so the leather armor is worse than what I've got. We've got blue armor there. So that can go. Masterwork Elven Sword. So I think... So you've got a Masterwork Sword. My Shadow Warrior has the Flaming Sword. It's 10 to 12 damage. This is the same, but it has a special additional benefit. And then you also. So you've got the Blade of Leaping Gold, which actually I do like because it does give me an extra attack. But it is like half as much damage. But I do like the extra attack, but it's not worth the damage loss. So we'll actually sell this. I can only put this on an elf, and all my elves now have better stuff. So we've got 2 of the Masterwork swords and then 1 of the Flaming Sword. So yeah, we'll have to get rid of that now. Which is a shame, it's a really good weapon. I do like the extra attacks. Orb of Might, we definitely want to throw on you if I've got room. I do, so let's just give you that. I'm going to give you the crappy provisions too, just to have something. Make some extra space. So, I could sell some of my various scrolls and things. I don't know if we could get... I mean, we could get up to 5,000, but I'd have to sell stuff that I want to hold on to. Like, all of this stuff, I definitely want to keep. I don't want to sell this, but I don't know that I'm ever actually going to use it, honestly. I do like that it ignores toughness, but I'm kind of running a shield and sword combo with a lot of attacks with him currently, and if I want to go double-handed, I can do this instead for 10 to 12 damage. Ignores toughness, doubles base attacks, and the slight chance to attack friends over foes, which is bad, but at a higher level, once we're tougher, it's not as big of a deal. So I'm going to sell this so that we can actually level somebody. So the question is who? Possibly the Warrior Priest. I can't use my Ironbreaker for a bit. Shadow Warrior, so both my archers need leveling as well, so it'd be nice to level one of them to get that out of the way too. Speaking of you, got a ton of rings on you. Regeneration, strength, toughness, health, more toughness. Yeah, so we're already doing what we can to kind of make him a bit better. Extra health as well. Some regeneration and toughness. Alright, let's go ahead and have you level. So I do have a little bit, so I must have whatever extra. So weapon skill, strength, and wounds all go up by wounds quite a bit. We've got another blessing we can do. The Blessed Warriors gain magic resistance. There's a chance magical attacks made during the next enemy phase against Blessed Warriors are resisted completely, causing no wounds. I wonder if that only works against damaging stuff, because one of the most irritating ones is the Crystal Maze that the Necromancers do, which teleports you to like a parallel dimension, and if you kill the Necromancer while that happens, your guy in that dimension dies. So that kind of sucks, and is probably the most frustrating spell I've run into. I haven't really run into spells that do much damage, just kind of stuff like that that's more irritating. I will have to try it out at some point. I don't think it's going to tell me anything. I would assume it would be resisted and it just wouldn't work, if it works. Anyway. That's about all I can do here in Ubersreich. Are there any good side quests? And can I go all the way to Bogenhafen? I can go to Bogenhafen. Or Bogenhafen. Quiver of Shattering. -2 toughness on enemies. Maybe there's an undead mission. I've got a pretty good weapon, though, on my... Well... Yeah, I've got Gottrik's Axe on my Slayer, and I've got the Hammer of Sigmar on my Ironbreaker. I don't think I'm changing that anytime soon, and this wouldn't change my mind. What is that? I've never seen that before. +2 burn damage as a staff. Are there stabs for Bright Wizards? I don't think I've seen one. I don't have one. I've got a cloak. I've got a weird helmet diadem thing. I've got a chalice. But yeah, interesting. I already have a burn bonus because of the cloak I'm wearing. But yeah, I don't think that's like, it's 2. It's interesting, but I don't think I would go out of my way to get it. So I think what we'll do is we'll come back next time and I will head up to Bogenhafen or Bogenhafen and we'll check out the mission there and take care of that. And then just kind of keep an eye out for other interesting side quests. Anyway, this has been more Warhammer Quest. I've been Disturbing Puppet. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Until then, have a good one.